Hello, I'm N.b Be with Lynn. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a crisscross blouse. What I have on right here, not right here. I think it's a fine twist to add to a blouse. Be sure to stick around until the end of the video because I do have a very important announcement to make. And subscribe if you haven't already, and don't go away because I will really see you at the end of the video. So we're starting out with the pattern that we used in our turtleneck video, and I will leave a link in the description to that tutorial if you haven't seen it already. I went ahead to extend the shoulder line by 5 inches simply because I wanted to add a cut together sleeve. And once you mark it there, you just join it together as you see me do, and you measure down the width of the circumference of your arm, and you divide that into 2, and whatever that is for you, you include your seam allowance of course, and then you just connect it to the underarm as you see me do, and you're done with the back portion of your pattern. What you just want to do now is cut it out, making sure that that part is unfold. So you just write it unfold. Now cut it out, cut it out, cut it out. Moving on to drafting the front pattern, you want to place your back pattern onto another piece of fabric that should be unfold this time, and just trace all around it. You don't have to do any other thing, just trace all around it, and then you just cut it out as you see me do. So again, we're cutting out, and once you have done that, you can keep the back pattern aside and open it up. You see that crease over there? That is the center front. So I'm just going to mark it to make it more visible for you to see. I'm sure you can see that already. Okay, so what we want to do now is determine how deep you want your neckline to be. This is important because it affects how deep your neckline is going to be once you're done with the construction of your garment. So once you have determined how deep you want it to be, you want to mark it as you see me do, and now you want to connect it all the way from the shoulder and passing through that line all the way to the bottom of your top. So again, you're coming from the shoulder and then you're passing through the depth of your neckline and all the way to the bottom or the hem of your top. And again, we're cutting out. I guess we're doing a lot of cutting outs in this project. So you're going to cut it out again, and this is what you should have. This piece is not exactly useless. It can be used for another style of blouse, but that's not what we're doing today. We're going to stick with this one. This is what we're using for a crisscross blouse. And I'm just cutting it out of my fabric, and notice that my fabric is not unfold or anything. I just laid down one piece and I'm just cutting it out, and just cut around the sides. And once you've done that, you flip your pattern over just as you see me do and cut it out again at the other side. It's important for you to do this right, because otherwise I can guarantee what you're going to come up with. Okay, so cut it all around again, around the neckline and arm and everywhere. Just cut it out. And once you've done that, this is what your work should look like. Okay, I know that it looks like a piece of something, but it's going to come together. As you can see, it's starting to look like a top, right? Front bodies of a top. So what you want to do is take it to the sewing machine and stitch down that side and the other side. So you really don't have to cut out 2 pieces, like one for the back and one for the front. It will be sufficient to just cut out the front piece if you're low on paper or something, and then you can use the front piece to cut out your back like I did here. So I just folded it in the middle and then placed it on the fold and just cut around it. So here I'm using my front piece to actually cut my back bodies in. Okay, so this is the front piece. Now I went ahead and then I stitched the sides down, and you should stitch them in opposite directions. Really, I hope that you can see that from here, but I stitched in opposite direction. And this is so because when you flip it over like this, that's the only way that they will match. Okay, so I finished the back neckline with bias strip that I cut out of the same fabric, and now you want to place your back bodies over your front bodies, right sides together, and sew at the shoulder seams. You may pin them in place if you like, just so they're not moving on you again. And once you've done that, it's time to hem the sleeves. I pressed it just so it makes my life easier fold it over just like a regular hem one time and then another time, and that is exactly what it should look like once you have done that. And what you're left to do is sew the side seams. So again, right sides together, you want to align the side seams till they are matching, and you may want to place a couple of pins, 1, 2, 3 or 4, and just so it's not moving on you, and sew down the side seam. And of course you want to repeat the same thing at the other side. And what we're left to do is the hem, and you will notice that we don't have to do any hem for the front part simply because of how it was constructed. And for the hem of the back, you just fold it like any regular hem, cut it with scissors to trim it if it's as uneven as mine, and sew it down one time and another time, and you're done, really. So this is what it should look like, and you should be extremely proud of yourself because I think it looks good. That's it for today. Thank you for sticking around until the end of the video. But quick announcement, if I may, next week Sunday happens to be my birthday, and since I usually upload a new video on Sundays, I'm like, why can't I release a new video next week Sunday, even if we're not due for another one until the Sunday after next week Sunday? Well, next week Sunday I'm going to be showing you how to make this Ankara gown that I have on right here. It has this drop down neckline that I really like. It has ruffle sleeve. It's relatively easy to make. It's lined, so if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe already because I can't wait to show you how to make this one. If you found this video helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up, like and share with your friends, families, and even enemies if you have any. Thank you later. Okay, be sure to follow my social media pages. I would keep them on the screen. That will be really nice. And I'll see you next week for another video. Bye.